Hello my friends, and welcome to another tutorial! Now we have finished all the emotions, so there's only one important character left to draw. And of course that would be Bong, my favorite character from the movie. If you have seen the movie, then you probably can tell why he's my favorite character. I mean, I love that. I love that elephant, dolphin, cat, cotton candy thing. He's awesome. He's wonderful. Alright, first what I want to do is I want to go ahead and make a funny looking egg shape. And make sure it's kind of coming over here off to the side. I know I always have trouble. I don't know if anyone else has trouble with running out of space on your paper, but that seems to always be my problem and everything. So yes. Anyways, what I'm going to do is make a nice egg looking shape right here. Then of course I'm going to go ahead and I'm from my egg shape. I'm going to come down on this side, kind of going to make it nice and round, okay, coming out this side, up and back into my egg shape. So overall we just totally made Bing Bong's like big cotton candy round form, okay. After that, I just want to start laying things out just so I know that I have enough space on my piece of paper, because I know on my one watercolor drawing I totally ran out of space. So what I want to do is I'm going to just make a nice little rectangle coming out. I leave this good significant space right here. Then I'm going to go ahead, bring out this triangle. It's a rectangle. I know shapes. Okay. And then I'm going to round this in, coming inward right here. I'm going to come back into right here, just like that. Then I'm going to jump over to this side. And I'm going to make another rectangle, not a triangle. Okay. And then I'm just going to make it almost the same exact span as it is over here. How wide it is, my rectangle. Okay. Alright. And then I'm just going to make this a little shorter than this side, because we're seeing more of this side than this side. Okay. So then I'm going to jump down to the bottom right here of my cotton candy form. I'm going to make another rectangle. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle like this at the bottom of my rectangle. Okay? Apologies. I'm going to come down over here, round this in just a little bit like that. Then I'm going to come over here. This is the bottom of the floor, so essentially this foot right here needs to be touching the floor, but right now I'm just going to draw a circle like that. So we got bent leg here going into the circle like that, okay? Then of course I'm going to jump off to the side for right now, and I'm going to make a nice little round thing coming out over here. And we all know it says kitty cat tail, because he's got cat legs and a cat tail. It's awesome. Alright, we'll make that nice and froofy later. Fluffy froofy. Okay, let's jump to his face. Even though our little friend, our imaginary friend, is an elephant, we need to at least go ahead and lay out where exactly his eyes are going to go, and we have to figure out where his nose is going to go. And since, like I said, he is turned off to the side just a little bit, we are seeing more of this side than this side over here. So the ridge of his nose is going to be cutting off this eye over here. But his eyes are still pretty round. So, like I said, we're going to pretend that we're going to start laying out the nose, because essentially the nose is the focal point for the face. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to carve inward right here. And then I'm going to start going up, keep going up, just like this. And so I just made a weird looking S. Okay, we've all made an elephant trunk once in our lives, so we're just going to pretend we're making a standard elephant trunk. After that, what I want to do is I need to make the other side of his trunk. So it kind of starts with his smile. So we have his smile. So that means I need to go up over here, and I need to keep the base of his trunk fairly wide. And then as I get closer to the end of his trunk, I start to bring it in closer to each side, just so that they're symmetrical and they're thin, like that. And then of course, I'll stop the trunk with the shape of a heart. Gosh, I wish I had a cool imaginary friend like this. And then I'm going to jump inside the heart, and I'm going to give a nostril here and a nostril here and fill those in. They look like itty bitty sesame seeds. I'm going to come right now at the top right here. I'm going to go a little bit above where we start at the top of our egg, and I'm going to bring down this side right here like that, make it nice and round. I round this off as well, and that's just, we're going to leave that there for there. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead, jump inside, and make a round eye just like that. After my round eye, I'm going to go ahead and make another round eye like that. Now that we have these round eyes, I'm going to jump inside. Here's one pupil here. And then, like I said, we're seeing more of this side of his face as opposed to this side over here. So we have to make sure they're nice and symmetrical, and it's coming off the side of his trunk just like that. Make this a little bit more rounder and smaller, and you want to make sure it is at least touching the base of his eye. Okay, and there's a little itty bitty round space right there. Itty bitty white negative space just right there. Make sure they're nice and symmetrical. Okay, after that, what we want to do is we have a little bit of a shine here, and we have a little bit of a shine here, and then I can build up around that where I can make my pupil just like that, and then I can come in right here and make my other pupil. Color it in, color it in. There we go, pupil. And then of course he has dark lime green eyes almost. They're pretty lime green and dark green, you know. You get it, they're green. Alright, now that we have his eyes, we can at least put his eyebrows on. So what I want to do is I'm going to come off right here and start an eyebrow here, and then I want to start an eyebrow right here. So I'm going to bring off this side of this eyebrow right here, and I can color it in, and I'm going to make sure it rounds off the side of his face, and it's off this side right there. Okay. Then I'm going to come over here to this eyebrow, and we see more of it because once again we're seeing more of the left side of his face. Okay, so we see more of this eyebrow. So we have his eyebrows, looks awesome, eyebrows on fleek. Okay, then I want to go ahead and make his mouth. Now this is where I started to draw the top. Essentially it's going to get nice and wide over here because this is his cheek. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, we started to draw the top of the one corner of his mouth. We're going to go ahead, bring it up, and then this part of his mouth is going to be coming down over here like that. So we have that part of his mouth, okay? And now the bottom of his trunk, like I said, it's forming his face. He has really thick lips, so they're almost like clown lips. Not Jingles. Jingles is scary. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into the corner where I started to make my dimple is here. So I need to go up and just mirror that side like that, and then I'm gonna come down from my corner underneath his trunk. We have another part. I'm gonna come up, round it, and go back like that. All right. So we have our funny looking clown mouth. Now let's jump inside. His teeth are very nice and interesting. They kind of remind me of a white picket fence. So what I'm going to do is they're just like waves in the ocean. So I have one here, one here, one here, and then one here. Okay, pretty simple. Not that hard at all. Like I said, they're just waves in the ocean. Okay, and then you can leave a little bit of an outline to show his tongue. And then I'm going to jump inside and fill in the negative space and just color it in. Alright, let's start piecing him together a little bit more, and let's at least give him his little top hat, little boho hat, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off the side of my eyebrow. I'm going to mirror the shape where we said that we were making this nice and like a dip right here. I'm going to mirror that shape, come over and tuck it down just like that. So it looks like a worm is on top of his head. Then I'm just going to make a little mound on top, just like this. After that mound, I'm going to put a little strap on top like that. Okay, so we have our little mound. Then of course I'm going to come off to the side right here. And I'm going to make a little, so this is the side of his face. We have his cheek and the side of his head. I'm going to make a little hill here, and then it comes out and in just like that. Alright, so we have one ear here. We're just going to kind of like on top of, we're going to make sure we have a good solid line for our nose right here. And all we see is just a little bit of ear over here. And it's just hanging out at the bottom of his nose, so it looks a little weird. But that's his ear. Okay, I'm going to bring in this side of his face right here. And essentially, this is going to start the beginning of his jacket. Alright, so we're beginning our jacket right here. And we're also beginning it right in here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring down this side. Comes inward. Curves up. And then I'm just going to curve this inward. Just like that. Okay, there's one side of the jacket. Now I need to come over here. And we don't see this side of the jacket as much as this one over here. But you just bring it inward. Make it go outward. And back in. Into his arm. Like that. Alright, and make sure it's a nice rounded gap right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit more shape to the jacket. So we have this little space here. And we're going to bring that side of the jacket in like that. Okay, then I'm going to jump over here. I'm going to bring inside that part of the jacket in like that. Okay. After that, what you want to do is, there are a couple of really crucial things in this. So we're going to just drop a little below his mouth, and I'm going to make a circle right here. And then of course from my circle, I'm going to make like a sprouting triangle, and then another sprouting triangle. I swear, there must have been some Doctor Who fans that were animating this movie or came up with the designs, because there are a lot of bow ties. It's awesome. I love it. So we have our purple and pink polka dot tie. And of course you can just go ahead, slap a couple circles on there. Can't go wrong. It's awesome. Then, of course, another really crucial part about Bing Bong is he has his flower right here. So if you want to, go ahead and erase just a little bit of the jacket. And you're going to go ahead and put the center focus spot for your flower. And it's a really easy flower. It just looks like teardrops. It's a basic flower. Make sure it's nice and big. And it's got 6 petals. Just like that. As you can tell, I already sketched out because I was trying to figure out how I could explain this to you guys. So what I want to do first is I'm going to make the palm of his hand like that. Alright? Then after that, I am of course going to run off the side of my paper. Of course, I just don't know how to escape it. I think I just tried to be like a typical computer-sized piece of paper because I know that's what some people only have to draw on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off to the side we're seeing more of the inside of his palm. So as I draw my pinky, it goes inward and we see more of the side of this palm and everything. So that means I'm going to build off my pinky, and I have my ring finger, and then over off to the side. I'm still turning it inward, so I'm curving it inward like that. Leave a little bit of a gap. Curve it inward once again, pointer finger. Leave a little bit of space for the thumb. And then I'm going to come in just like that. Okay, so essentially all these fingers need to be curving inward like that. And this, we're seeing more of the pinky, so we're seeing more of the inside of his palm more. But he doesn't really have a palm. He just has fingers. There's no distinction. There's no little lump on the side like that. but I'm going to give it a little lump so we can see it a little bit more. Okay, but then you just want to make sure that it's curving inward on one side and curving out on the outside, just like that. And of course, chop off the top of his fingers for his gloves, like that. Alright, I came to the same problem when I was doing my watercolor of Bing Bong. I ran out of room on the side, so I'm going to teach you what I did. Round it off like this. Make sure you're showing at least a little bit of his wrist, and then I'm going to come on top. And I have made a thumb. So we're gonna give him a thumbs up signal thing, whatever. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna divide this up into 4. Just like that. Nice and easy. It's a lot easier than actually drawing out a full hand. I do it a lot. I'm guilty for this. Just like that. So we have even the tips of his fingers all cut off, and he's just giving you a thumbs up. Perfect. Because I don't want to run out of space, and I know that most people use like an 8x10 picture, size of piece of paper to draw things on, so I'm trying to stay within the range of what everyone is using. Typical computer paper size. So I'm trying not to run off the side of it. So, but there we go. For this, what we're going to do is, alright, we're going to go ahead, leave this circle right here, and then at the bottom, I'm going to make a wave here, a wave here, a wave here, and a wave here. Okay, I'm going to come inward right here. This is going to be a little bit rounder and coming out from the bottom right here, like that. Okay? After that, what I want you to do is we need to at least lay out his stripes because it's going to show the overall shape of his leg bending. So we have the yellow stripe on top right over here, and then we're going to make, of course, the beginning of the orange stripe. And then I'm going to go ahead, bring it down like that, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring down another stripe that's leading into that dip into his actual ankle right here. So if I fill that in, we have an orange stripe here and an orange stripe right here, like that. And that's going to show like the actual movement that's going on. After that, we're going to jump over here. Now we're seeing more of his big toe on the side because we are seeing the bottom of his foot. So I have a big toe right here, and of course I've got another toe here, another toe here, and another toe here. But I'm seeing more the bottom of his foot, so I'm going to go ahead. Here's the big toe, and I'm going to make a circle, just like that. Curve it outward. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring that in like this. Make sure my heel is touching the ground like that. And once I erase this guideline, ta-da! We have the bottom of a foot. Awesome. Now once again, we have to lay out the stripes so we can essentially see where the movement of his leg is going. So we have one orange stripe here, and then at the very top of the big toe, right here on the side on his ankle, we have an orange stripe right there. Color that in, color that in. We have our orange stripes. Yay! So we get the gist of his leg. Now, for this, for his cattail, all I can say is just make it as fluffy as possible because it is a fluffy little tail. But he does have stripes going on inside the tail and everything. So if I were to get rid of that round bit that I made and I just make it nice and fluffy, going out in all directions, you can get as crazy as you want with it. It's going to be light purple, dark purple, light dark purple, whatever. So I'm gonna just make the dark purple stripes. So once again, go as crazy as you want. Dark purple, dark purple. I mean, you can't go wrong with these stripes or how fluffy it is, because it is a pretty darn fluffy tail. And then on top, it will end with a dark purple stripe. So go crazy, just crazy. It's Bing Bong. All right. So we have like our mangy little tail. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump in and actually look at the entirety of his body. Now you'd make sure you do want to make it lumpy all around, so it's gonna be, you know, lumpy space princess. We got lumpy lumps. And yes, when you look at his body, when you fill it in and you're filling in with cotton candy, it looks like hair. So it's gonna look like an actual like hairdos going on. And it stops right here underneath his bow is where it begins. So I'm just gonna do like a basic back and forth, make it look like it's actual hair going on. And it's just gonna be nice and round like that. And you can get darker on the sides, darker over here. I mean, if you're coloring this, then you definitely need to get like all kinds, about 4 different shades of pink. Just going like that. Nice, crazy cotton candy. Looks like hair going in a horizontal, but it's going upward. As you can see, I was going in an upward shape towards the his bow. That's where the essential part of the cotton candy body starts. And once again, make sure you do put sparkles on him, because he does have sparkles everywhere. I mean, cotton candy. What is cotton candy without sparkles? Probably like magical sprinkles or something like that. I don't know. So then, after that, what I did forget is we need to go ahead and at least put on the pattern of his coat. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but like for your shirt, how I said that you could do just like a checker flag or whatever to make things not as complicated. We're going to start with our checker flag here, and then I go inward like that. Once I stop at the end of my sleeve right here, that's when I'm going to come over here and make another line here and another line there. For this arm over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my checker flag for right here, and then inward like this. Okay, then I have one part here that's going inward, and then ultimately the pattern is stopping at his armpit. What I'm going to do after that is we're going to break it up into big square shapes. So we have one section of squares right here, and then we have another section of squares starting down here like that. After that, to break it up into checker flag over here, I'm going to go ahead and bring one line there, another line coming from his armpit, and then one line starting up here, and it's hiding back here like that. And then there's one square there, and it's just going to go through the whole sleeve like that. And then I start from right here, and we have our other right there. We're going to draw a circle. Get that out, and it's a button, his only button, and you just draw a little cross right in the middle of that button. Other than that, all we have to do is just fill in color in some things, like for example his gloves. They're brown, so you might as well color them in so it makes more sense, like how I improvised over on his hand and his thumbs up over here. Just color that in. Come up here, color this in as well. And of course his hat, like that. Other than that, guys, there we go. There's Bing Bong, Bing Bong. Who's your friend that likes to play? Okay, hold on. Okay, I got this. Who's your friend that likes to play Bing Bong, Bing Bong? His man, oh no. Okay, play Bing Bong, Bing Bong. His rocket makes you yell, hooray! Bing Bong, Bing Bong. Who's the best in every way? And Nick wants to sing this song to say, oh my gosh, Bing Bong. No. So we have officially demonstrated I cannot sing Bing Bong song. I'm just good with the first 2 lines, I guess. Well, whatever. Okay. Well, guys, I hope this was helpful, and I hope it helps you draw Bing Bong, because he's an adorable little creature thing. So, yes, it's wonderful. Thank you so much for looking me up and finding me on YouTube and using my tutorial on Bing Bong in order to draw him. It means a lot. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see y'all later.